Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back, Double E Vintage Baseball Cards. I'm getting on here real fast. It's Thursday, and John Mangini just came out with an epic video. It was, I don't know, I guess you call him a rant video, but it was more of just talking about what he loves about the hobby and now what he doesn't like about the hobby, what rubs him wrong. And I thought it was an epic video. It was awesome, and he had a lot of great points, but I wanted to come back really fast with a response without texting for an hour, and I just thought it'd be fun because we all have our opinions, right? I find with, now he mentioned in his video that I have been selling my high grade cards, my 7s and 8s, for lower grades, which has been the funnest thing I've ever done. But then at the same time, he would be critiquing the fact that maybe I'm nitpicking my cards, or maybe in my videos I'm talking about certain things in my cards, and he's not talking directly at me, he's talking just about the hobby in general. So I love this. So there's no bad ill will amongst anything in this video. First and foremost, this is baseball cards we're talking about, and if you don't like some, you don't have to watch someone's content. So with all that said, I have been doing that, and it's been one of the funnest things I've ever done, because I'm learning to take my card and look at it and stare at it for a long time and to critique each card. And the reason is I need a smaller collection. I need a collection that is trying to get 500 graded cards because it fits in this big safe that I have in my books. And right now it's overflowing into smaller safes. And for me, I can buy all my cards again. All these cards aren't rare cards. They're tops. I love tops, like standard cards. There's a lot of them out there. And so me selling the higher grades, I'm buying the lower grades and going for eye appeal. Now for me, that's new. It's totally new, and John and other guys have been doing it forever. Man, I wish I had been doing it forever, but I never was taught by anyone and never really looked at my cards that way. So maybe I had that in my head that it didn't matter. Only corners mattered, and maybe that was a better way to think because I was happy with all of my cards. But really, I wasn't always happy with my cards. There's cards that I've had that I've talked about from the beginning. I have this Willie Mays I should have brought out, 1958, and it's got this little print line in it. And I have had it for 20-something years, graded, and it's always bothered me from the day I bought it. And I said, I'm never going to buy another card with a print line in it. And of course, I bought more cards with print lines in them. And then this and that. And then I start, and then I don't know where I was going exactly with that, but go back to the whole point. I like videos where people critique their cards. I enjoy them as someone who's trying to shrink my collection and really focus and get the high-end cards of these low grades and pay a quarter the price of a 7 or an 8 or whatever it is. Doesn't matter the number, doesn't matter anything about it, just the look of the card. As long as it's CSG, SGC, PSA for me, BGS, BVG, then I'm in. All good. I'm just trying to get the highest eye appeal. But now with John's video too, he also talks about, so I'll knock that out. So everyone collect how they want to collect, and if they want to take their collection and narrow it down and be really critical about things, that's awesome. I'm stoked on that. And then some guys only want to focus on the history of the card or just having the card. It's all good. We can all do it a different way, and we can all do it the same way at the same time. Like me, I'm in all these boats, right? Every boat I'm in, that I love the way everyone collects and looks at their cards, because I love baseball cards. I love them. I like a night like tonight. I had a night off, and I'm just like, man, I'm texting with some guys in a group chat, and I don't get on there a lot because I'm busy surfing and doing work just like everybody else. And so once everyone got talking, and then Mangini came out with that, and my buddy Adam, he did a video and he got his Hank Aaron. I just get excited about baseball cards, and then so I'm like, let's do a video. So with the modern stuff, so you guys don't know, but I'll let the cat out of the bag. I've been buying Mike Trout cards. I'm going to do a video all about it. And I had a lot of ways to look at this. Let me make sure this thing's still recording. Yeah. Oh, it's only been 5 minutes. God, it feels like it's. I'm like, I gotta go so fast. I'm trying to make a quick response. For the modern cards, I'm a true believer in the fact that a 9 looks like a 10. There is no difference, and there should not be a difference. It doesn't make any sense why a 10 is so much more valuable than a 9. I don't understand it, and you can't see on half of these 9s. Some of them you can, but most of them you can't. But with all that said, I bought a lot of 10s. And I bought a lot, mostly 9s, but I bought a lot of 10s. And here's why. Because I know how I don't know everything at all, but I know from what I've seen over the years of, 20 years of collecting graded cards, 30 years of collecting, the high grade matters to a lot of people. And I don't think that's going to change ever. I think that especially now with the ultra modern stuff, guys it's a different grading scale for vintage. It's a different deal. It's two different ways of collecting as modern versus vintage. And the grades are a completely different conversation altogether. So if you're a collector, like, just buy 9s and 8s. I mean, 9s and 8s are all day long gonna hold their value because they're not like astronomical. But when you get to the 10s, some of them are like 10 times what a 9 is worth. So what I based my thesis off of is, if the 9 was, say, $90 and the 10 was $250, $300, I'd buy the 10. Because I think in the future that 10's still going to be worth more. Not that I want that 10 more, but I was willing to put in a little extra money into the pit and place a bet a little higher, thinking that 10s are going to be more valuable. And the population report, which I got really deep into in this whole Mike Trout thing, I went that route. But if the 9 was, say, $90 and the 10 was $500, I went for the 9 all day long. So I got about 60% 9s and 40% 10s. And I'm going to do a whole video on showing you guys what I bought, but I went big because I've been selling a lot of vintage high-grade cards and buying low-grade, good eye appeal. Not even low-grade, didn't matter. They could be 7s I'm rebuying. Doesn't matter. I don't even look at the grade, except I when I see a PSA 9, when I see something that says $300, I'm looking, should be in the $100 range. I don't even look at it. But PSA 7s, PSA 8s, even on 70s, the grade doesn't matter. The whole point is, but when you're in modern, it all matters. So I've been selling a bunch of that stuff and I'm buying what I want in vintage. And then I went really big in Mike Trout because I wanted to have Mike Trout cards forever. Since probably like 5 years ago, I realized I kind of missed the boat on Mike Trout, and it's like missing the boat on a stock. You don't want to, I don't like chasing them. You want to get them in, not in the very beginning, just at some point in the system, but not at the top, not at the bottom. So with these Mike Trout cards, I told myself, since they've all come down like 70%, I just said, dude, now's your time. Like, I'm selling a bunch. So I bought a good amount, like $6,000 worth of Mike Trout cards, just about. And I'm almost have all of them in. And it's been a super fun experiment and an experience. And I have an epic Mike Trout collection that I'm so fired up to have on my wall. And he's an angel. I've been collecting angels my whole life. And I'm into ultra modern stuff. So it's been really fun. So bring it back to the PSA 9 and 10 thing. There's reasons to buy the 9 because it's makes no sense to buy a 10 when you look at a card. Even 8s look like 9s and 10s. Like, you can't, it's like ridiculous. But if you're going to put your money in something, if I'm going to put my money in something, I'm going to think of it in future terms of what I think is going to be more valuable, and that I'm going to get the enjoyment out of looking at the card. So if these Mike Trouts, he's got his back issue and this is it, he's done the whole, he can't play another game. He's still making the Hall of Fame, so all I got to do is just hold on to these things. These things drop in half. It's not the end of the world. At some point, you have to place your bets on something, whether that is low-end PSA cards and vintage, or it's Mike Trout's cards, or it's somebody else. For me, it's like at some point you just you go all in. I mean, that's how I've always been. It's like I just go all in on things. So when I finally make a decision, it's like anything in life. You buy a house, you're going all in. So many times you're going all in on life because you save up all this courage and all this money and all this work you put into something, and then at the end you make the decision to, okay, I'm doing this. So everything's a gamble, and everything is, you never know what's going to turn up, but you just use your best thoughts. But I know I'm taking this way off of context on John's video and his topic, but I think that's why we all collect differently, and that's why we all choose different grades, because there's a lot of different reasons going on. And nitpicking a card like I'll show you guys this one right here. So you've got 2 cards. This one I'm selling. Actually, I'm selling a whole stack of these cards. I'll just show them to you. They're on eBay right now. I'm selling this. You can't even see it because the light's over there. So it doesn't matter. You guys get the point. I'm selling those other ones and buying the other ones. So, man, where I'm going with this is just, it doesn't matter. Like, I understand that I just don't, I wish it didn't, I don't understand why it ruined your hobby. If you see, John, I don't understand why it ruined your hobby. Why is this making you mad? Who cares? Just, don't watch those videos anymore. If say I'm the one posting all the videos critiquing a card, just don't watch those ones. I think it's that simple to like try and get out of that negative space of the hobby, because the hobby's all your own. Like, we can all do anything we want with it. And I think the point for me on the YouTube thing is like, I just want to share what I want to do and what I think is going to happen, because it's fun. And I don't care. Say I'm wrong about this Mike Trout thing. I spend $6,000 on these cards and they get cut in half. Well, at least I didn't buy them when they were worth $70,000, So you think the positive things, and you lay your bed and you sleep in it. It just is what it is. So, John, I think I touched all the bases on that. I think that you were on to something there, and you crushed it. You're a hero to me. I love the way you collect. I love your collection. I respect everything you do for this hobby. And I love how you approach these issues that you have too, because you bring it up to the whole community, and you don't bring it up in a negative light. You don't bring it up mean. You talk about it. You talk it through it, and I love that. So I wanted this video to be just like that. Just me just talking through these thoughts. Whether this comes out really weird, it is what it is. So yeah, thanks guys for watching. And I'll be back with a normal single man video soon, because I want to talk about these Mike Trouts, and I want to share with you the stuff I've been buying, and the collection I've been building. So, okay, thanks guys. You.